Para po maliwanagan tayo sa tinatawag na doublet earthquake o itong magkasunod na lindol, makakausap po natin sa linya ng telepono si FIVOX Director Dr. Teresito Bacolcol. Magandang hapon po, Director. Si Kenneth Pasyente po ito. Kasama po si Luisa Erispe ng Integrated State Media.
Yes po, magandang hapon din po sa inyo pong dalawa.
Maraming salamat po, Director. Normal po ba itong nangyayari, itong doublet earthquake? Ang perception kasi ng ilan po nating kababayan ay aftershock po ito ng magnitude 7.4 na lindol kagabi.
Okay, so this is not normal, but it happens. In fact, this is the one of the 3 times na record natin on this part of the Philippine Trench. Ang doublet is yung this is when 2 large earthquakes na almost the same size would occur close together in time and location. So usually within seconds or sometimes hours of each other, and pwede ring days because they are both strong. The second one is not just it's not an aftershock, but another separate quake. Caused by the same fault system adjusting. So pwede natin itong maihan tulad sa pag-snap ng stick that's already cracked. It might break once, that's the first quake, and then moment later, the rest of it snaps, which is the second quake. So both breaks would release a big amount of energy, so we can call them doublet. And nangyari na po ito before. This is, for example, noong 1992, meron po tayong mag 7.1, and magnitude 7.5, separated by only 26 seconds. This is May 17, 1992. And then another recent doublet would be the 2023 Hinatuan earthquake. On December 2, meron tayong magnitude 7.4, and then 2 days later, another event happened on December 4 with a magnitude of 6.8.
Director, si Luisa po ito ng PTV. Ito pong doublet earthquake kahapon ay parang nabanggit nyo na hindi inaalis yung posibilidad na ito ay foreshock. Posible kaya na may mas malakas pa na lindol na inaasahan ng publiko?
Well, hindi kasi natin masasabi yan if, when we say foreshock, that's always on the hindsight. We can only know that it's foreshock after a big event has already happened. So, kaya natin masasabi, kaya pala may ganitong series of earthquakes kasi may malakas pala na paglindol. So, foreshock is always a hindsight. Hindi natin masasabi yan na, ito foreshock to for another big event.
Director, ito po bang magkakasunod na lindol sa Cebu, La Union at ito pong sa Davao Oriental ay konektado? Ito po kasi yung perception ng publiko.
Well, hindi po sila konektado. Nanggaling po yan sa iba't ibang fault systems natin. Wala pong kaugnayan yung nangyari sa Cebu because it was produced by the West Valley Fault, the Bugo Bay Fault. Wala rin pong kaugnayan yung sa Baguio kasi it was produced by the Philippine Fault. And then dito naman sa Davao, it was produced by the Philippine Trench. So hindi po sila magkarugtong, wala po silang kaugnayan.
Director, si Luisa po ulit ito. Pero nabanggit nyo nga po na hindi sila magkakaugnay. Pero masasabi po ba natin na may posibilidad na meron pang mga active na trench o fault na binabantayan ngayon ng FIVOX? Kasi kung babalikan po natin, itong Davao, bago po magkaroon ng lindol, ay may inilabas ang FIVOX doon sa Davao na parang binibigyan ng warning itong publiko sa posibleng active faults.
Wala po tayong nilalabas na warning. Sinasabi natin, may mga active faults in other parts of the country. May active faults in Davao. We have 180 active fault segments. Pero hindi po tayo nagbibigay ng warning kasi yung lindol po, hindi po na pre-predict yan. There's no technology yet that can tell us when exactly an earthquake would happen. So we don't give out warnings when it comes to earthquakes. Sinasabi lang natin there are earthquake generators in different parts of the country. And we have to prepare kasi these are all capable of generating magnitude minor earthquakes to light to even major earthquakes.
Director, tama po, sa ngayon ay binawi nyo na po ang tsunami warning?
Yes po, nilift na po natin yung tsunami warning kagabi. Kahapon, nag-issue tayo ng 2 tsunami warnings. Right after the 9 a.m. lindol. And then at around 1:43 kahapon ng hapon, we lifted the tsunami warning. And then yesterday also, following the magnitude 6.8 event, nag-issue po tayo ng another tsunami warning. But at 11 o'clock in the evening, we also lifted the tsunami warning.
Director, ilan na po ang naitala po nating aftershock sa magkakahiwalay na lindol? Hanggang kailan po tatagal ang mga aftershocks at ano ang maximum na lakas para masabing aftershock lang ang pagyanig?
Okay, so dito sa Davao, yung as of 12 noon, napagtala na po tayo ng 844 aftershocks. And so far, ang pinakamataas, kung hindi natin isasama yung magnitude 6.8 na which we consider as a separate event, it would be magnitude 5.8. So, pero habang tumatagal naman po, nag-decrease yung number and humihina po yung mga aftershocks natin. So, say for instance, yung 844 on the 10th day, magiging around probably 80 to 90 earthquakes na lamang. And then on the 100th day, magiging 8 to probably at most marami na yung 20 aftershocks. So,
Director?
Several days to, this will take several days to several weeks. Pero again, huhupa naman yan at hihina yung lakas.
Director, sa ngayon po ba ay mayroon na tayo nakikita na posibilidad na magkaroon na ng The Big One? Kasi ito po yung pinakakinakatakot ngayon ng ating mga kababayan.
Okay, so the threat of the big one still there. Again, ang sinasabi natin, it happens every 400 to 600 years. So, with or without the earthquakes in Cebu and in Davao, we're ripe for the big one. Kasi ang sinasabi natin, again, it happens every 400 to 600 years, and the last time it moved was in 1658. Now, if we take the lower limit, which is 400 years, that would be around 2058. But of course, hindi naman sigurado yan na by 2058 mangyari yan. It could be earlier, or it could be later, or it could even be on the upper boundary, which is 600 years. So, kailangan talaga nating paghandaan.
Director, tanong ko na rin po kasi parang kagabi ay aktibo itong Taal Volcano. Ano po yung na-monitor natin sa ngayon? Nasa alert level 1 pa rin ang Taal Volcano, tama po ba?
Yes po, nasa alert level 1 pa rin yung Taal Volcano, and for the past 24 hours nakapagtala po tayo ng 20 volcanic earthquakes. But even then, nasa alert level 1 pa rin yung Taal Volcano, and wala po tayong phreatic eruptions, katulad ng nangyari noong October 1, ay hindi na po ito naulit.
Po yung steaming na nangyari sa Taal Volcano kagabi, ito po ba ay hudyat na may posibleng eruption sa Taal Volcano?
Wala po. Normal lang po, from time to time nagkakaroon po ng steaming sa Taal Volcano. So, this is just part of the normal activity of Taal Volcano, and nasa alert level 1 din po yung Taal Volcano. So, yung mga ganitong activity ng Taal Volcano is just normal. So, kapag magkakaroon ng paghudyat ng eruption, ang tinitingnan natin dito is yung, first and foremost, yung pagdami ng volcanic earthquakes natin. So far, nasa expected range pa rin naman ng alert level 1 yung mga parameters na nakikita natin.
Posible po kayang may koneksyon yung steaming na nangyari sa Taal Volcano kagabi doon po sa nangyaring pagyanig ng lupa sa Davao, pati na rin sa Cebu at sa Baguio?
Wala pong connection po yun. Again, iba po yung process ng volcanic activity natin. Iba din po yung earthquake processes, and wala pong connection yun. And in fact, hindi nga naramdaman dito sa Taal yung lindol sa Cebu and lindol sa Davao. Pati na rin yung lindol sa Baguio.
Alright. Dr. Bacolcol, hihingi na lamang po kami ng inyo pong mensahe para sa ating mga kababayan.
Okay, para sa ating mga kababayan, we have to make sure na prepared tayo. We have to prepare for aftershocks, lalo na yung mga nakatira sa Davao. In the event of another strongly felt earthquake, mag-drop, cover, and hold tayo. And we have to exercise caution around structures that are visibly weakened. Yung compromised structures should not be reoccupied unless certified safe by the structural engineers. And yung mga slopes, yung mga nakatira malapit sa mga dalisdis, they should they should also be cautious kasi pwedeng magkaroon po ng kapag na-crack na ito during the shaking, kapag may malakas na ulan, pwede po itong magkaroon ng landslide. And yung coastal community should also know the natural signs of an impending tsunami. Yung sudden drop of sea water, there's a strong shaking, halos hindi ka na makatayo. And there is a roaring sound coming from the sea. Kahit isa man lang dito sa tatlo ang iyong maranasan or ma-experience, takbo na kaagad to a higher place.
Maraming salamat po, FIVOX Director Dr. Teresito Bacolcol.